Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our Wednesday evening connection through the study of this weekly energy. Now, we know we're sharing the weekly energy for quite some time, but in general, why do we need to connect through the weekly energy? Of course, there's daily, right? But that's the daily work that we do and daily education, but the totality of 1 week is consistent through what we call the portion of the week. There's a portion, a few verses through this week that assigned for this particular week. That within that, it consisted many secrets that you need for generations to come. In the same content, in the same structure, in the same way. Every week, you have for generation to come secrets that are waiting for all of us to reveal every week, in that particular week, every year. Today we are in the new moon of the month of Virgo. We call it Elul. Elul is the month prior to Rosh Hashanah. We have exactly 1 month to Rosh Hashanah, which in this period of time, and again specifically today, the cosmos is open to really allowing us to take back control over our life. So there's a cosmic opening called the month of Elul, the month of Virgo, which we're going to discuss in a couple of minutes. And then you have the weekly portion that is assigned for that particular week, happen to be in the month of Elul, the month of Virgo. It's called Shoftim v'Shotrim. Judges and policemen you put in all the gates. Moses' instructions was specifically that. But let's understand first of all the opportunity spiritually for this month. And then how do we use this weekly energy to assist in our transformation this week. The month of Virgo, even just for those of us who doesn't even care about astrology or doesn't understand so much, you look at the month of Virgo, what is Virgo? What is it represented by? The Virgin, right? So now is it related to a woman that is a virgin? That's like the idea? Of course not. It's the idea that the Kabbalist is sharing with us every year in the month of Virgo, the month of Elul. You have 30 days to go back all the way to the time before you damaged anything this year over your vessel. Meaning, you go back before you bring it back to the place where it was a virgin, where it was undamaged, when it was untapped, and when it was unviolated or not, infused with negativity. And the most important thing is, the most important part is what the Rav, my teacher, always share. You have to go back and remove any consciousness of Satan, your negative side. In the decision, let's say for example, you hurt somebody, but it wasn't my fault. I didn't mean to hurt them. You go back to the situation, you check. How come I was not aware and behaved this way? How come I didn't pay attention? It's obviously, most of us get blinded by our opponent. So when you go back, what do you mean go back? Called the month of Virgo, called the month of Teshuvah. Month of Teshuvah, religiously, people took it, it's like, oh, go back to God. What do you mean go back to God? Meaning, be more religious, go to churches and synagogues, pray more. That means you do Teshuvah. Kabbalistically, that doesn't mean anything. Just to grab a book and to put it on your back and pretend you're reading it and you understand that, the Rav and the Zohar call it a chamor socher noseh sfarim. It's like you put books on a donkey. Same thing. So when people just jumping and do some things because, now, I have to go back to God, I have to do tshuva. That doesn't mean that. It's to go back to all situation where you did not behave as God. A situation when you didn't act upon your godly feature. This is why things was damaged. Because if you were show up as the creator in every situation, you will certainly never damage anybody or yourself. Because the creator will never damage himself, right? So if you or anybody else in your life, they say, it's not my problem, they got hurt. No, we have to take responsibility. Go back to where I had an inclination of my ego involved in every conversation or in every interaction. That is what you do tshuva on. What is tshuva? Tshuva is from the word lashuv, to go back. To go back and bring back the light that you missed. That's what it is. I spoke about it in decoding Rosh Hashanah. It's right now. It's on Kabbalah.com. You can watch it. It's an hour and a half explanation of exactly what we need to do. I don't want to get into all of that. But really what we want to, big picture is the idea of a virgin. Is the idea that we become clean again. Before Rosh Hashanah. No, think about it. If Rosh Hashanah meant to clean everything, right? You come to Rosh Hashanah with all the dirt? Imagine somebody inviting you to a dinner or to a nice event, and you come dirty and filthy, expecting that event to clean you. Yes, if the event was a collective shower to everybody, yes. But that's not what it's about. It's a different battle in Rosh Hashanah. And you have to come clean, organized, focused on what needs to be accomplished this year. Not to the month of Virgo, the month of Elul, is to deal with all what we've done until now. You don't want to carry it with you overlapping for the next year. You want to be able to become a Virgo, a virgin right now, not in Rosh Hashanah. Rosh Hashanah, my job is, I want to show up to the next level of my life. What am I expecting? As opposed to, what am I fixing? What am I going back to? Very important. Now, Virgo, I shared it this morning with a few of the guys. We had a connection this morning, and I shared that, for example, when you go to the Torah, or when you go into the study, so it's a little bit deeper, but it's important to understand that there are the letters, how it sounds, or how it look like, right? If you say the word, any word, you have the letters that are combining to make that word happen. But then, there is what we call nekudot, dots, which is how you pronounce it, right? And then there is what we call te'amim, how it sounds, okay? For example, it's if somebody tells you, for example, if somebody tells you, what are you doing, right? What are you doing now, okay? So somebody says, oh, I'm doing such and such. But if somebody going to say it in a verb or in a way of like, what are you doing, right? You can say the same word, sounds completely different, and take you to a completely different interaction. The same thing in the study. The same thing in the Torah. People reading the Torah and they pronounce it, or they don't understand that where the dots are located, it changes completely the energy of the word and the energy of the direction. And what? You just take the dot, right? If you look at the study, there's nekudot, and those dots, if you put it under the word, it sounds one way. If you put the dot above the letters, it sounds another way. If you put it inside the letter, it sounds completely different. So it's important for us to, again, I know we don't need to know that, but what is the idea? The idea of Virgo. Virgo can fall into details. Virgo have a difficulty in seeing the big picture. Virgo can be very much stuck into fragmented reality. He cannot handle many things. Oh, there's too many details, right? He's stuck, right? In Virgo time, we, each one of us, can have the ability to use the power of Virgo to see what was the point that you got stuck on. What was the point that you're trying to deliver? And if the point is not made, you didn't get the right connection. Same thing as I'm telling you in here in this teaching. If you put the point, the dot in different places, you get a complete different understanding of the word. That's why a lot of people, if you read the Torah literally, without the wisdom of Kabbalah, you get it wrong. For sure you get it wrong. There is no one word in the Torah that is actually can be taken literally. That's almost not even one word in the Torah that can be taken literally as it looks like. That's how much everything is a code. And whoever, there's thousands of years people reading these stories as a historic or as a very nice, document, or the words of God. It's a complete different mechanism that we need to awaken over here. So, the same thing. If you read the word without the dots in the right place, you get the word, but complete different meaning. Very important to understand, not to miss the point. So when you go back this month, for all this year, or all the years that you've damaged, and you says, you know what, time for me to get out of this. You have to really find what was the point. And for example, the Baal Shem Tov always explaining it. That's what I'm reading from. He says, when you staying outside and you're staring at the sun, and you take a coin, you just take a little coin, and you aim it like this, right? And you aim it to the sun. The entire light of the sun can be hidden if you just put the coin around your eyes, right? Close to your eyes. You can hide the entire light of the sun. Something so small. A point. Hiding tremendous amount of light. If you get the point, or if you don't get the point, or if you get the wrong point. Okay, so it's really about finding what was the point of the whole conversation, right? And this is the sight that you want in Virgo. That's why you need Virgo, so they're not missing the point, because sometimes they stuck on points. Or sometimes it's the wrong point. But they have this month have the ability to give you the gift to find the point in every situation. It's like instead of beating around the bushes, you go straight to the point, right? That is the idea. When you go and fix and work and transform on yourself, make sure you find the point and not going around and around generally. Yes, there is the collective and there's the particular, right? There is the general and the particular. Yes, now in this month, it's the particular. It's like, okay, what was the point there? What was the initial desire there? What I would love for you to find the point is where was my consciousness in that moment? What did I try to prove? Why did I pull the card of the victim? Why was I defensive? Why am I defensive? What's the point? Because angry you're going to be, upset you're going to be, reactive you're going to be, defensive you're going to be, blaming you're going to be. It's general things. But what was the particular that made you this way? That made you react this way? That is what you want to remove. Because Satan is offering you all the time, the whole year. Take anger card. Take victim card. Take blaming card. And all the time that's a good one. But what was the point that made me say, okay, I'm taking it because I need that. That's the only strategy I have to defeat that situation. The month of Elul, we know it's called Yemei Haratzon, the days of desire. Now, we know that the month of Elul until the Yom Kippur, it's 40 days. 40 days. These 40 days is the same 40 days that Moses came down with the tablet, and he saw the golden calf, and he broke the tablet, and the Creator tell him go back again, and the word that he says, "Vayifsol shnei luchot avanim karishonim," and he molded new tablets, right? Like the first one. Interesting choice of word. He says, "Vayifsol shnei luchot avanim," and then these days, these 40 days, what do they represent? The days that Moses was on the mountain. What did he do? He realized that he needed to take responsibility. He left them alone for 40 days. They came back, they damaged. So he went back again to do tshuva in those days, to do what we call transformation. So that's the idea that Vayifsol, he didn't sit there and chisel. Vayifsol is a sculpture, right? The word pesel is a sculpture, right? And the person who is the sculpturer, right? So the person who is doing the art is called sculpture, right? But it's same word. So pasal and pesel is the same word. One is the sculpturer, one is the sculpture. We know that the word pasal or sculpture or the artist, it's represent us. Moses tells us in the 40 days that I went, if this is the 40 days, that this is exactly those 40 days. You gotta go up, meaning you gotta go to the highest self of you. You wanna go up to a place where you redesign your sculpture. When you're chiseling this month, take away by psol, it's also from the word psolet. Psolet is garbage. You need to chisel the garbage, unnecessary, so you can see the beauty of who you are. This is this month. This is this month. You want to eventually see the beauty, the virgin, the beauty, untapped, untouched, pure of who you are. Not coming with all the garbage and then, and then expecting Rosh Hashanah to work for me. It's right now. So what we want to do is, first of all, take responsibility on the type of a person that you sculpture already. When you design yourself this year and thing didn't work and thing didn't manifest and thing went completely off course, take responsibility because you did it. You created that sculpture. You were the sculpturer. You are the artist. Nobody did it to you. You chose to stay a rock, uncleaned. You stayed dirty with underground instead of taking the rock out and clean around that. And say to yourself, how do I want, what type of sculpture I want to create, to design for this coming year. This is this year. This is this month. This is what it's all about. So again, it's a big reset button for all our year prior and moving forward. It sets you up for success. So first, let's go back to this month, to this week. This week called Shoftim v'Shotrim. Titen lecha b'chol she'arecha. It says, Moses instructed the Israelite, and if you take it literally, it means you need to create a judicial system, right? An enforcement law system, and you put that in every town, right? In every town you're going to have a judge and a police to protect. That's what people will say. But nothing to do with that. It's only, and again, even more than that. It says, the Baal Shem Tov explained, and many of the writing of the Torah, you're not allowed, quote unquote, to judge others, right? You're not allowed, or even worse, if you are the policeman, did somebody assign you to be a policeman or judge in this reality? Anybody gave you a badge like that? Are you the FBI of the Creator? What are you? Who told you to be a police? Nobody. You just set up, oh, they are wrong, this is wrong. No. Completely not. And then we're reading here, Shoftim v'shoftim titelecha, you need to put judges and policemen. But there's a difference over here. He tells you, put judges and policemen over your gates. Your gates. What do you mean your gates? Obviously we have the 5 senses, or 7 different basic places where the Satan, the negative side, draw energy from us. Right? And the concept here that, again, this is an amazing week to get this. And this is a beautiful secret that you can hear here. It says, and it gives instruction, when you put judges and policemen, he's also giving them instructions of how to make the court and how everything, it's beautiful instructions of how to choose the next leader, the king, how to choose everything, what to eat, what not to eat, who to be with, who not to be with, who is you and who is not you. Separate yourself from the wrong environment, and many beautiful lessons. I can go on and on about this week, million lessons. But one that is particularly very much important to awaken. He says in this portion, he says, here, he says you have to have in every court or in every situation witnesses. Al pi shnayim edim or shlosha edim, 2 witness or 3 witness. Depend the situation. 2 or 3 witness. Yumat hamet. He says only you allowed to sentence death only if there's 2 or 3 witnesses. This is where the Torah is, right? And he says, Lo yumat al pi ed echad. And it's not you're not allowed to kill or to sentence to death by 1 witness. Now again, this is an amazing, just to read it and see, that's where the religious mind thinking, 2 witnesses. Wait a second. Is it witnesses that saw or just heard? Is it witness that was there? Or is it happened now? Or how many years passed, Is they saw it in the same time or they saw it separately, right? There's many questions come from them and the discussion that goes in and out. But let's connect to the depth of that. If you read it literally, it says this is it. Al pi shlosha edim yumat hamet. You will kill the dead. If you read it literally, and you want to take it literally, what does it mean? You kill the dead. It's already dead. Yumat hamet. You will kill the dead. Now, if you understand the depth here, it's so beautiful. It's nothing to do with people or killing people. Yumat hamet is a code for the negative side. The negative side considered to be dead. It's considered to be met, considered to be gone, considered to be not alive. There's no life there. So how do you remove the negative side? That's what it tells you. What is shnayim edim or shlosha? 2 witness, 3 witness. Again, there's many different secrets here, but Zohar speaks about our gates. Right? For example, if you saw something in your senses, you saw in your eyes, is it all real? No, we know that what we see in our eyes is a fractional reality, is a speck of the reality. When you hear something, right? Do you know for sure? Right? So when you smell something or you taste something or all of those things, or you feel, you touch something, right? It's not for real, the one, the real reality. So it tells you, how many of us got caught up? I heard what you say. Wait a second. It's only one witness, the ears, right? Wait a second. I'm not going to be based. I'm not going to be able to eliminate Satan consciousness if I'm basing only what I heard. I heard you saying it. Yeah, but that's what you heard. It's like what I read in my eyes. Look, it's written, black and white. It's written, kill the person. He says, even if you also find, by the way, from this reading, it says, if you find that a woman or a man misbehaved or cheated or lied or something like that, you take them out, וסקלתם באבנים, and then you stone them, and you kill them. That's never actually happened. It's written, never happened. Right? It never speaks about the people. As I said, it's not about the woman or the man. Right? It's about the part of the vessel that we need to really have under control. Either the vessel or the light is in control. When the vessel is in control, the light is not in control, and vice versa. So we need to create a harmonious relationship, a different rhythm that we operate this year. So what he's talking about, if you put judges and policemen over you, not to any thought that comes, it is to go through a judge and a police, internal judge and police, nothing to do outside. It's actually even worse, because if you take the word shofet, shoftim v'shotrim, and you flip the letters, shoftim is the same word as tipshim, fools, stupid. And shotrim is srutim, is people who have a complete disturbance. To be able to go and be policeman of somebody else or this world? Who made you that, you fool, you stupid? To waste your time, to waste your energy, to create more judgment because you want to police people? You should be stupid to judge people. Very much. The damage that it creates, this is important for us to tell ourselves, no, I put a judge and a police over me. I don't let myself fall into it. Again, I'm not saying we are perfect, but if you put the police in judgment, right? For example, when you drive in the highway and you see a police car, right? What do? Right away, they never stopped you, they never say anything. Right away, you reduce the speed, you check, do I have license, do I have this? You check everything right away. They didn't do anything, just the presence of that. So what? I should be living in fear? No. If you have the right mechanism to protect you from falling, or from stepping up your game, or really step up for your commitment, or show up in life, put a police to make sure that he's going to show up there. That is how you kill the met, the one who dead already. So just to imagine, when we allow Satan, the negative side, to control us, you allow death to control you. When you allow any situation, any action, any interaction, Satan motivation, you allow death to control the situation. That's how stupid it is. This is what this parasha is about. Nothing to do with, how to run a country. Once each one of us know how to manage their energy, manage their surrounding, know how to handle their energy, we don't need judges. We don't need law enforcement. We don't need that, because we're never going to hurt anybody. You won't need the court to be assigned for this and that. No! It's going to be so clear for us what's right and what's wrong, what to be engaged and what not to be engaged. Very important week, very important week. So what I would recommend is a couple of things. You know, a lot of people, and I shared it in the decoding Rosh Hashanah, very important part is that a lot of us are very concerned with public opinion, and it's getting more and more and more. How online, what's my view online, how to set up my online status and all of that. A lot of people are busy with that, and some people don't care about online or any of that, so they still care about family opinion and all of that. I highly recommend to listen to that seminar. I gave many instructions over there and many direction over that can help us. But what is the reason, the depth of the reason of why we are so concerned with public opinion? Very simple. Laziness. Spiritual laziness. And again, if I tell it to anybody directly, you're lazy, 99% of the people will be offensive. 90, because why? Because they are lazy, and you cut them. Why am I so concerned with what people will think about me? Because I'm not really showing up as human being, because I haven't yet show up in a full extent capacity, because I have shortcoming, because I'm giving excuses in my life, because nobody sees, but when nobody sees, I'm slacking, I'm doing less. All of us are doing that. And therefore we are afraid from public opinion, because we get caught with our pants down, right? That's what they call it. It's the laziness. And if it's really amazing, you know, the idea of laziness, how we are, you know, but when somebody isn't even lazy to think deeper, or to think through a situation, right? I don't want to deal with that. What? People rather taking and deciding to live according to the rhythm that Satan provide them. The victim rhythm is a vibration that we love. That the lazy rhythm, right? You know how many? What was the joke? One of the comedians say, she's struggling with overweight, right? And she said, you know, I'm overweight, but you know, I'm whatever she's saying, you know, but instead of working out, I'm working on my self-acceptance, right? So instead of working on myself, let me work on being able to accept myself the way I am and not to change. I thought it's brilliant, because a lot of us, when it comes to a moment that I need to change something, and I see that the people that are really the only one who push it is, I'm willing for them to accept me this way, or to think about me this way, who cares? But that's not the direction. This is where Satan holding you and allow you to create a rhythm or a beat that you're going to play all the time. And that's going to be your vibration for other things in life. Satan, your negative side, is hypnotizing you. So please put judges and policemen when you're not hearing the voice of the soul, when you're not hearing the rhythm of the discomfort, the rhythm of next level, the rhythm of more people, the rhythm of open up, the rhythm of any other rhythm, is Satan rhythm. You need a strategy for this month and this year. So please learn from them your mistakes. I don't call them mistake, but if you learn the lesson, it's not a mistake, it's an amazing progression. You need to create for yourself a path. Within the study of Kabbalah, there is many things you can learn. But it's important to focus this year. And I can assure you, my dear, a lot of us are studying Kabbalah, but we never really give, most of us, give 1 year, full extent of this coming year. Prepare yourself. Take down all the other noises. Focus on this study. Focus on this direction. Focus on that path. And you can listen and you can really chisel within you that beautiful art that is inside of you but covered with rocks and filth. It's not who we are. So I want to send you with this interaction, with this beautiful message. And please make sure, if you need help to Rosh Hashanah, where to be, what to do, please let us know and how we can help and provide some support around that. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of the week.